Hello guys, diving into NIO Undisclosed Revenue Strategies from Battery Swap Partnerships. Unveiling 6 essential income channels reshaping NIO financial outlook. Stay tuned for key insights. In this video, we will discuss 5 major sources of significant revenue associated with these battery swap partnerships, about which NIO has not disclosed anything. In reality, the concern among investors is that no financial details have been provided regarding these swap partnerships. How NIO plans to make money from these partnerships has raised many doubts among investors, forcing them to consider the possibility that these partnerships might not be favorable. So let me tell you, these partnerships are precisely why you should not have high expectations. All right, and based on the information available, here are the sources of revenue they intend to derive from these partnerships. And these are substantial. First is the direct partnership fee, otherwise patent fees. Okay, we will work together, and I want to use your technology. Certainly, you will have to pay them directly. It won't be too much, but absolutely nothing, and this will continue every year, allowing them to collaborate. It's somewhat like Android phones that sign contracts with Qualcomm to use their chips, and there's a financial value associated with it. But undoubtedly, this is not just a significant revenue generator. A major revenue generator, number 2, will certainly be in place, and that is selling Alps batteries to partners. Every time a partner needs to build a car that can swap batteries, they must use the NIO sub-brand Alps battery pack. So they have to purchase it from NIO. And if you have to buy from NIO, it means someone has sold it. So, for every car that can swap batteries, they need to buy the battery pack from NIO. This will bring in a lot of money. So, for every car produced, every EV produced that can swap batteries. Along with this, NIO will earn some money from battery sales. They will buy it from NIO. This is somewhat like every Android phone using Qualcomm chips. You have to buy them from Qualcomm. You give them some money, whether it's $40 or $50 for the chip. And of course, the more you sell, the more you have to pay. This means that if for some magical reason NIO stops selling cars, they will still earn from every EV produced that can swap batteries under this partnership revenue stream. Number 3, this partnership includes companies that will also build some battery swap stations themselves. And of course, NIO will also build some swap stations. Now those partners who build swap stations will have to buy components from NIO, part of the swap station, and batteries as well, right? In every swap station, there will be at least 20 batteries, so NIO will earn money 20 times for all the components. Remember, NIO has factories, 2 factories that build swap stations. They're not going to build another factory just for the public. Swap stations with partnerships. Find out what NIO is allocating for swap stations from the NIO factory. So indeed, NIO takes that money from its partners for the share of the swap station. Okay, for the swap station. And then this brings us to revenue stream number 4, assembly. All components of the swap station come from NIO. NIO has to assemble them for their partners, meaning they pay NIO to assemble and build that swap station. Number 5. Now with these partner swap stations, the partner owns the swap station, but NIO operates it. The CEO said this because, thanks to the NIO Power Energy Cloud Network, they can tell the cars how many batteries are at each swap station, how far away they are, and everything else. And then planning navigation routes with the swap station, all of this is in the cloud. So, you have to get NIO to operate the swap station. You have to pay NIO to operate the swap station. So this is another revenue stream. And number 6, indeed, for every swap that happens at these partnership swap stations, the majority of that revenue is taken by the owner of the swap station, but a small part also goes to NIO. Now, NIO has some swap stations where NIO is not the owner. Someone else is, like you or me, an ordinary person. They have decided to invest in a swap station, so they are its owners. But indeed, NIO operates it. If you don't get NIO to operate it, you can't take orders. It's not just a simple job. The best way to think about this is a bit like McDonald's. You have another person who owns that franchise, but overall, When you look at it from the outside, it's still McDonald's. Now, if you look at their latest deal with the local government and traffic police, what do you see? They've committed to building 1,000 energy storage charge swap stations. All of this will happen at a single station, and they plan to build 1,000 such stations. Where do you think the chargers and all the swap station equipment come from? Well, there's already a monetary value attached to it. The government is funding them for these 1,000 swap stations. If you just consider the swap stations, the cost of one swap station is approximately 1.5 million RMB. The government has allocated funds for 1,000 swap stations, meaning 1.5 billion RMB will be spent on deploying these swap stations, which will be reimbursed. And this doesn't even include the charging stations they already have. This money is going into NIO Treasury for building swap stations. NIO will have to spend that money, but it's coming into NIO accounts. However, I hope you understand the whole picture now. With all these revenue streams, other people are giving money to NIO. The risk for NIO is relatively low in partnership fees. You just bring them together. There's nothing special in selling battery partners. You'll have to deal with their demands and manufacture those batteries. But these are bulk orders. If a partner says they'll order 20,000 units, then the deal is done. Just like selling cars. You produce 20,000 cars. Maybe they sell. Maybe they don't. With 20,000 cars or swap station parts, they've set up 2 factories to manufacture swap stations. There won't be any problem in this at all. If there's any obstacle in one factor, the other factor will handle it, and there won't be any difficulty in the assembly cost of assembling assemblies. I mean, they have so many engineers who are capable of doing this work. This is just like a sweet shop. They wake up in less than 24 hours and assemble swap stations. And the 5th swap station is operating. There's not much risk in it because the operation level of the swap station has already been tested with NIO current swap stations. The system works properly. Cloud system, everything. There is no risk in this. And then, swap fees. Even if people swap, NIO will make money. There is not much risk in it if everyone stops swapping. But why would anyone buy a car that they don't want to swap? So in every source of revenue, there is relatively very little risk. So keep this in mind. This is very bullish, perhaps even more profitable than selling cars. Selling cars involves competition, and there are price cuts and many dangerous things. You have to give bonuses to sales reps, you have to pay for store rent, and still, maybe cars don't sell. This is definitely the right path. These partnerships are worth a lot of money. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more stock predictions and market insights. Remember to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Happy investing, and see you in the next video.